Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're returning to Yawgmoth combo, a deck that I've featured on the channel many times, a deck that I thoroughly enjoy playing, and one that I intend on revisiting again and again. So we haven't actually made any changes since last time I played the list, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into the queue and get started. Not a huge fan of this hand, but we are on the play. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You play Magic. Yeah, I mean, like, in some ways it reminds me a lot of speed running, like where you can just get, really, really great RNG and do really well, or really bad RNG and doesn't really matter what you do sometimes. That was a good draw. But yeah, Magic obviously has a huge RNG element, since we're drawing random cards every turn. Alright, so Chord of Calling is good for a 2-drop. So we could Chord of Calling, go get actually, is it better? I think it's good for a 3-drop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we could Chord of Calling, go get Messenger, and then evolve the Messenger next turn into Yawgmoth and try and win. Mardu. I think we just won. Archon of Cruelty, scary. Wife gave you a Dark Souls 2 art book as a gift today. Sweet. The game sucks so hard, but the art direction on it was just top notch. Wonder if they do a proper remake one day. That would be cool. I also like how they did kind of like revisit it with Scholar of the First Sin, but yeah, like definitely one of the weaker entries to the Dark Souls series, but still really enjoyed the playthrough. Fuck. Grief. Should have waited. Now they can take the Eldritch Evolution. We don't have the win. Well, we still got a lot of draws for Yawgmoth here. Thoughtseize glitch. Target, sack. Target, sack. Okay, so we're playing against some sort of Mardu Reanimator, I think. So we're gonna want Endurance and Scavenging Ooze. And maybe Thoughtseize? Hey there, Chuck. Yeah, nice grief. Sure did a whole lot of work there. H5RO? Yeah, I think that I'm definitely excited to be playing some Pauper. We've been talking a little bit about the bands here, and it's definitely happy to see a Tog go. Was surprised about Prophetic Prism, and a little bit disappointed with the Bonders Ornament, just because it was a card that I really liked playing with. But I mean, Tron needed a kick in the teeth. It had to happen. Chuck, you're close to having Yogg in paper? Oh, that's awesome. What are you still missing? Ah, okay, yeah. I hear you on that one. Dryad Arbor is pretty tough in this hand, but otherwise I really like it. We're going to keep this. Simeon's Spirit Guide? That's, I was definitely happy to see that one go, if I'm being honest. I mean, the card is still available in Pauper if you want to play it. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze is nice. Think that we can't really play it this turn, though, because of the Dryad Arbor isn't going to give us real mana. So we can go Wall of Roots, Ignoble Hierarch, Dryad Arbor. Maybe we put Bird down instead this turn, so we don't like lose both of our Hierarchs to a Fury. One, two, three, four. So we can Chord of Calling for a Yawgmoth currently. Not great. I think I would rather just wait and Chord of Calling for a Yawgmoth later. And yeah, we're like trying to set up a good Scavenging Ooze for next turn. Wow. Evoking Solitude to get rid of Dryad Arbor? No, and they have Ephemerate. Oh, that's brutal. They get rid of the Wall of Roots. We can't even Chord of Calling because we've already used the Wall of Roots mana. Looks like we're going to be going to a game 3 here. Yeah, they just get to get rid of another... Ban Ephemerate, all formats. That's what I want. No, but honestly, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that I would want to be unbanned. And then as far as bannings go, like maybe Mishra's Bauble. I kind of like where the format is. Wow, this is just abysmal. Solitude Ephemerate absolutely destroyed my everything. What a combo. Oh, right, the Cascade card. Interesting. You want to get rid of Violent Outburst. That would definitely shake up the Cascade decks, obviously, but not being able to Living End, for example, at instant speed, you'd have to go into what's the? I guess you'd have to play the enchantment at that point. Yeah, you can cascade all you want at sorcery speed without Force of Negation. That makes sense. Ah, Ardent Plea, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you. So we could play Young Wolf, or we could play Hapatra. If we play Young Wolf, we can block the Grief. Then we lose the Strangleroot Geist. I don't want to do that. If we... I think we've already lost the Dryad Arbor, right? Yep, we did. Can't really race here. They gain too much life from the Solitude. Man. Persisting the Solitude. Get rid of the... probably the Geist. Might get rid of the Hapatra. No, going for the Geist. We can't block now. Grief has Menace. Alright, let's attack with Hapatra. Double Exalted. Swinging for 4. Hopefully this hits. No, okay, they're gonna block it. Obviously, the block is a very good move there, where I was going to be able to kill their creature anyways. I don't think I block this. I don't want to lose a Hierarch. And then, yeah, that would just be a bad block all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can Chord of Calling. Go get a 3. Or a 2, depending on how this attack goes. Nice. Get a snake. So yeah, we Chord of Calling. Go get Geralf's Messenger. And then Yawgmoth for the win. I guess it's not quite a win with Yawgmoth yet. Opponent does have Urborg. Oh, you're right. So yeah, I didn't need to pay a life there. I missed that. Thanks for reminding me. Hey there, PT Bobby. Definitely have, and really excited to dive into the format when I get a chance. Okay, opponent scoops to the Yawgmoth. We didn't like perfectly have the combo set up here, but I mean, Hapatra. We had two undying creatures. One of them's Geralf's Messenger, so we were very, very well set up from this point here. They would need to have wicked draws to be able to come back, like the Solitude Ephemerate thing, get rid of my stuff, and I would still be able to respawn by killing their board, drawing a bunch of cards. So, yeah, we managed to find the W there against this cool Mardu Reanimator deck. Definitely appreciated that they're taking Pauper seriously. All right, so we start with our only one drop. Seems obvious. Yeah, but I mean, like, Affinity has had a targets on it since Pauper first started. Um, when they took cranial plating. This is an interesting one. Do we play the Strangleroot Geist or the Wall of Roots? Wall of Roots means we could potentially play Yawgmoth next turn. Gives us access to Grist. Strangleroot Geist obviously is nice, but to be able to put pressure on immediately, but then we're not doing anything for our mana. So I think I'm just going to play Wall of Roots here. Would have been nice to have an Ignoble Hierarch to back this up, attack for 2, really set up our mana. Yeah, apparently banning the Tron lands is not an option. Looks like we're playing against Phoenix. And they have Counterspell up. Just another Grist, huh? I guess we're going to be playing Grist this turn. Could play Strangleroot Geist. I don't want to get that countered, though. We got double Grist. We'll let them counter one. Oh, wow. Just instantly resolved. I did not expect that. All right. They have a Phoenix to discard this time? Question mark. They don't. Okay. Well, one of the problems with what's going on with Affinity right now, though, is that they've also lost Prophetic Prism, which was, a big part of their mana fixing. So it's going to be harder for them to be playing some of the other creatures that Affinity has traditionally been playing, the ones that you might have thought would instantly slot in to those spots. It's not really available. Yes, Astrolabe is banned. Yeah, the question is how many Demi-Lich are coming down this turn. Just one? Okay. Chord of Calling. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we can Chord of Calling, get Yawgmoth. On the other hand, we could Strangleroot Geist, tick down Grist, put the Demi-Lich into the graveyard, and then... I don't mind that, actually. Okay, and now let's see here. If we chord, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could attack with Strangleroot Geist and then chord for 2. No, because we already lost the Cutthroat. Losing the Cutthroat from the Grist is unfortunate. Let's put a clock on. We could Chord of Calling for Dryad Arbor. Get an extra point of damage. Oh. It might be lethal with Chord of Calling for Dryad Arbor here, depending on their play. Gut Shot the Grist. Ah, so that way it can't... Oh, really? I was thinking, like, that way it can't destroy a creature. They could bring Demi-Lich back. I mean, we still just have Grist. Kill their Demi-Lich. Chord of Calling, get Dryad Arbor. Okay. So I'm not sure how good Grist actually is in this matchup. It was definitely nice to have an option to be able to kill Demi-Lich, though. I'm going to want to get rid of some copies of Evolution. Maybe even up to 3. We're going to want all the Endurance and the Scavenging Ooze. Might actually bring in Necromentia, because they basically only have 2 threats, right? Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's pretty rare for me to take out all the Grist. Necromentia rising in price. I mean, the Yawgmoth deck has been definitely gaining a bit of traction lately, and I've seen Necromentia in some other decks as well. Alright, alright. It's pretty nice when a card that you just happen to have a huge stock of starts to rise in price. This hand is so slow. Just crazy slow. And we're on the draw, but we have the endurance. I think because we have the endurance, we probably keep it. Oh, there's one Demi-Lich. Might have to pull the trigger on endurance this turn, depending on their play. Alright, so they don't discard anything too scary with the salvaging. So Manamorphose. So that's 2 spells. I think worst matchup was supposed to be Rhinos, and one of the better matchups is Hammer Time. There's a Phoenix. Okay, we got our chance to endurance now. Crap. Blossoming Calm. What a card. I think we got by that card earlier as well. They also have a Demi-Lich in their graveyard they can play. We're pretty dead. Damn you, Blossoming Calm! I mean, we're still taking like 7 here. which means our life total is going to be way lower than the opponent's, so we can't combo with just these two cards plus Yawg. Oh, wow. Ashiok versus our double Chord of Calling hand? Seems good. Got rid of the other two Chord of Callings, though. Oh, only attacking with Phoenix. Cool. Okay, well, buying us a little bit of time. And we draw an Endurance, which can block the Phoenix. Lost the Grist, pair of Hierarchs, Urborg. Nice Demi-Lich. Alright, so we don't have the mana to chord for a Yawgmoth. Not that that's particularly good here. We can... I mean, we have to get rid of the Ashiok regardless. So how much damage do we have here? That's 6, 10, put them to 6. If we leave the Ashiok on the board. And then we can just play Hapatra Yawgmoth. Just really clock them. Faithful Mending with Flashback. So that's enough spells, I think, for Arc-like Phoenix, Salvaging Visions, Mending. Hopefully they don't have a bunch more Phoenix to discard here, although I think they would have just slammed them into the graveyard if they had Phoenixes. The pause here makes me think they have to, yeah, get rid of good cards. They get rid of a land and path. Wow, okay, Steam Vents, Fetch Shock. Bring back one Phoenix. I don't think they can reasonably... Oh, okay, no, they can attack because the Demi-Lich can Path to Exile something here. Okay, great. I guess we'll keep this. It's okay. Not great. But we got plays on turns, 1, 2, and 3. Mishra's Bauble, no Luris. And they do target it themselves. Oh, they're going to hate seeing this. What's the one thing that all Ragavan players fear? Young Wolf. Swift Spear. Okay, so this is like some sort of burn or prowess deck. I would have expected to see Obosh, honestly. Let's put out a blocker, pass the turn. Bloodmoon. Oh, that is a pain. Bloodmoon's actually really good against Yawgmoth. Don't tell anyone. Because now we just don't have access to black mana at all. Oh, there's some black mana. Yeah. Kilbrew Paradise makes a lot of sense. Need some Chord of Callings. Well, now Darcy can start swinging in the air. So that's their path to victory. Another Blood Moon, okay. I mean, we aren't able to deal with the first one, so this is just, extra extra surveil, extra prowess triggers. And one unknown card out of hand. Another Young Wolf. No point in attacking. I mean, they just block with Swift Spear. Where are those Chord of Callings? Come on. Alright, so looking at my top card, they know what I'm about to draw. They're looking at Swamp, and they're like, how could they have Swamp on top? This is bullshit. Block here, block here. Ooh, Evolution. So now we can go get Yawgmoth. We could get Grist and kill the Darcy. I guess Yawgmoth kills Darcy as well. Now, I'm a little bit leery about starting the combo, sacrificing a bunch of stuff, and losing a lot of life. But getting a card to play would be pretty good. Let's draw a couple cards. Target, sacrifice. Oh, they're just going to respawn here and kill Yawgmoth or something? Damn it. That was not well thought out. Oh, Forest is not bad. Ooh, Chord of Calling is pretty good. It would have been a lot better when I still had a ton of creatures on the board, though, let me tell you what. Alright, we still have Chord mana, though. So let's see here. 1, 2, and then 3. So we can Chord for a 3-drop. Could get Grist, tick up, and then we have a blocker for Swift Spear. That was a pretty wild turn. Both at my life total. Yep, let's block the Swift Spear. Alright, so they know what we're about to draw here. Another Chord of Calling? Oh my god. So we could go get Geralf's Messenger, sacrifice it, kill their Darcy. Could just tick up here, go get Yawgmoth. Usually just better to go get Yawgmoth if you can get Yawgmoth, right? They're going to Lava Dart the Insect token in response. So we're not going to have that to sacrifice with the Yawgmoth. Alright, let's pass the turn for now. I can block Swift Spear, kill the Darcy if I want. Although I might leave the Darcy, just take one from it, not that big a deal. Then we can Eldritch Evolution the Insect into something maybe. Another Bloodmoon, sure. I wonder if they know the Yawgmoth has pro-humans. I mean, it is the first line of text on the card. Hey, lag.com. Pretty excited to dive into the format, that's for sure. Alright, so yeah, they only attack with Darcy. Yeah, we'll just take the 1 go to 7 here. Definitely happy to see Atog go. That was #1 on my wish list. And, I mean, Tron got Gut Punch, so that was definitely nice. I would have preferred to see the Tron lands go, but not exactly like 100% on those 2 artifacts, but I'm interested to see where the format goes. Yeah, I like Bonder's Ornament quite a bit. Hey, Weber, the man! Hello, hello. I just wanted to say thank you for all the hard work that you've been putting in as part of the PFP. Really appreciate that, Weber, that you took that on. That's a huge responsibility. Thank you for doing that. I'm sure that you're probably getting a lot of comments on both sides of the spectrum, you know, like um, yeah, you know, it's a lot of work that you're putting into it. So I just wanted to make sure that you get some appreciation along with a lot of the salt that you're probably getting. Yeah, and that's something that I was commenting on earlier as well. I'm excited to see where this goes from here. This is just, you know, like the first consultation. There's more to come. I still have Dart. I think I'm going to attack with Strangleroot Geist and then pass the turn. Well, that's an interesting point, Donut. Unbanning a card and then having to reban it would really lower people's confidence in the format. I think it's better to wait on the Sojourner for sure. I have played some other TCGs, and that's generally made me want to not do that again. Like, with Magic, it's been around for so long, it's survived for such a long time. I have a lot of confidence in it. With some of the other TCGs I've played, like Star Wars or Dragon Ball, they all just kind of fizzle out after a little while. So generally, like I just stick with Magic because I know that I'm going to be able to get some play out of it. Oh, Ignoble Hierarch, not the worst. Meanwhile, Grist is ticking up. It's already at 8. I mean, for 8 creatures in the graveyard, so it can do 8 damage with the ultimate. So that's 4 plus 8 is 12. Not quite there yet. We'll probably just tick up with Grist again, play the Hierarch attack for 4, and then move on from there. 9 damage, it counts itself. That's only if it goes to the graveyard, right? It's a -5 and we have 6, so it wouldn't go to the graveyard. But although with the opponent only having 11 minutes left on their clock, it's going to be pretty tough for them to win 2 games, although this is definitely one of the decks that could do it. What do we get? Oh my god, we got a swamp? How do you like that? Not that we can do too much with it. We could, like, play another Grist, but I want to keep this Grist because, you know, it's got more points. Alright, so are you going to let us hit you for an extra 1 damage? You are! Figured for sure they were going to kill the Ignoble Hierarch there. Okay, we got another creature in the yard. Yeah, let's pass back. We'll kill him next turn. Soulscar Mage. Okay. That's actually pretty good. For them, obviously. What do we get? Chord of Calling? Oh my god. So we can Chord of Calling for Geralf's Messenger, sacrifice the Messenger, kill the Soulscar Mage. Seems pretty good. I like that play as well, Donut. I mean, now Chord of Calling for Geralf's Messenger should just win the game. Alright. So we don't exactly have a ton of time on our clock left either. But yeah, definitely feeling pretty good about our chances. Bring in Scooz and Baloth. There is a question if we want to bring in any Force of Vigor to counter their moons. Not sure Hapatra is where I want to be this round. Taking out extra Geralf's Messengers is a good idea, because if they're keeping the Blood Moons, then, you know, like, these things are going to be very hard to cast. But I don't want to go too heavy on Force of Vigor because, you know, like, if they take the Blood Moons out because maybe they think the Blood Moon's not good, then Force of Vigor is basically a dead card. Whereas Outland Liberator is at least a creature. We're going to have to play a little bit faster here if we can manage. Hate this hand. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I mean, it has basic forest, basic swamp, but otherwise it's terrible. And another Dryad Arbor hand? Come on! Why? How many cards are we getting rid of? 3? Yeah, watch me. Now that's some RNG for you, friends. I'd say we're going to lose this game pretty quick. Oh, well. Looks like they're stumbling on lands. Maybe we have a chance. Oh, they're drawing a card with a spell bomb. That's a surprise. Looking for that land. Oh, and they scoop! Oh my god, they must have been so frustrated after playing through the first game and looking like they just had a really, really solid setup. And then, you know, like drawing moon after dead card and finding my way out of it. And then, you know, they Pyrite Spellbomb to find that land and miss. That must have been really frustrating. I mean, we'll take it, absolutely, but I think that they were still in this game if they just hit one of our lands with Spellbomb and continued to attack. I think that they could have still continued to go. Like, we had only 2 cards in hand. They didn't know this, but, like, our hand was terrible. So if they killed Ignoble Hierarch and just kept attacking, they might have been able to actually win this. Let's see what our top 2 cards are. It's not going to let us. It's not going to let us see the cards, apparently. Alright, that's fine. This one's a tough one to keep on the draw. On the play, I would have kept this for sure, but like on the draw, it's pretty slow. Then again, like we've got basically the combo. I think we keep this. Ooh. Slow hand against Urzatron? Not where we wanted to be. Is it too late to go back and mulligan? Yeah, turn 3 Tron from the opponent. Looks like we're going to be served up the first loss of this league. So we got a few cards against Tron. Not a ton, though. Didn't exactly figure Tron into this when we were building it. So we've got Necromentia, which can take one of their Tron lands. We've got Collector Ouphe. I think this is done. Basically, they just need to have almost anything else to back up this card. Yep, turn 3 Karn when the Tron player is on the play. Very, very good. We also had a very slow hand. So yeah, put those two things together. Almost certainly going to a game 2 in just a minute. Oh wow, they're just going to slam another Karn? Don't even bother tapping that for mana, I guess. $69 viewers, nice. We get the Ceaseless Hunger. What do you take from us here? Geist again? Makes sense. So we have 5 mana, so we can't exactly go Hapatra Yawgmoth. We can play the Yawgmoth. Doesn't get us too much. And we can use Wall of Roots to draw a card here. But yeah, they just slam Tower, we're dead. All is dust. And then they, I guess, what, Karn kill another land? Kind of want to keep the Verdant Catacombs to try and get maybe Dryad Arbor later. I can go Young Wolf, Eldritch Evolution, the Young Wolf, go get Grist, sacrifice the Young Wolf, kill Karn. Well, for some reason, we're still in it. Don't exactly understand how or why. We got a power plant. Oh, and they had another tower too. All right. So let's bring in definitely Necromentia. Definitely Collector Ouphe. Liberator's a maybe, and we could also bring in some Thoughtseize. Hapatra, not great. Get rid of Scooze. So we got, this hand is like not awesome. It's got Young Wolf, it's got Thoughtseize. Can Eldritch Evolution the Young Wolf into a Collector Ouphe? And I think we start with Thoughtseize so we can potentially take away a map. All right, they are mulliganing. That's good for us with the Thoughtseize hand. Mulliganing heavily. Down to 5 cards so far. So this Thoughtseize might buy us enough time to put the combo together. Nice. Take the map. Okay, there's the mine. And the star. Good cards, good cards. Come on, good cards. Good card! That's a great draw. Alright, so we can get rid of Power Plant. Black, black, so we can play the Forest. Alright, so they have the two cards we know about, plus Karn, the Great Creator. Let's take a quick look here. They got Dismember in the deck. So yeah, it looks like Dismember is their sideboard card. I'll just put Karn Great Creator in chat there so I know they have it. Because for some reason the Necromentia cards that we see don't show up in the revealed card zone. Nice draw. So next turn we can just Eldritch Evolution for Geralf's Messenger and win the game. Going to a game 3 for the first time this league. I see what you're saying there, Donut. Definitely a good option. Be able to attack, switch the wolf for a zombie. Oh, I guess I was just thinking about using all my mana. Yeah, we'll keep this. We got turn 2 Necromentia. All about turn 2 Necromentia. Third Yawgmoth. Alright, so we gotta get Tower. Nice. Alright, so they have Worm, Mine, Ugin, Ineffable, and Scrying. Alright, so they play the Mine. Hey, Scraggy, no, they do not enter Revealed Zone when you cast Necromentia. So I generally just write the cards out in the chat box and keep track of it there. Okay, so if we want, we can play Yawgmoth this turn. Or we could play Wall of Roots. Oh, no kidding. Gitaxian Pro was like that too. That's weird. So if we play the Dryad Arbor Wall of Roots, we just have more mana available next turn. Yawgmoth isn't getting us any really good advantages here, plus we would be able to attack for one this way. Walking Ballista on 2 is pretty good here. Able to kill some of our dorks. Probably only kills one here. Probably leave the Dryad Arbor for now. Now, they might want to kill the Dryad Arbor in response, which is one of the reasons I didn't play a land here. So like maybe I can play like the Blooming Marsh untapped. Although that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I figured they might do that. Now they're Sylvan Scrying. So they're moving towards that worm. And we took out Hapatra, so we don't have a really clean answer to worm. Okay. Dismember works. We got another one. We got backups. All right. Are they playing worm this turn? Looks like a no. Oh, they could still draw the land here with the Chromatic Star. Okay. Or Sphere, rather, but they don't. All right, so we don't have to worry about worm this turn. That'll be a problem for next turn. Okay. Eldritch Evolution. Go get Messenger. And then maybe we can combo kill next turn. Opponent concedes! I think that was a little bit early. I think that was a little bit early on the concession, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Good for us. My intention was to go get Geralf's Messenger, put them to 13, attack with Yawgmoth, put them to 11, and then hope we draw something good next turn. But I can understand like opponent being frustrated that I got double Necromentia off, took away their lands, and they're just kind of struggling to put stuff down. Like they weren't able to really do anything until this turn coming, where they were going to be able to put a worm onto the battlefield. So like the worm would have been good. We didn't have Hapatra to be able to just answer it. But yeah, I think that they could have, waited at least until I put the creature on the battlefield. This hand is actually really close. It would be an easy keep if any one of these cards was a land. Want Lovarius play chess? Yeah. I also played Go for a little bit. Really enjoyed that game. The Mix Slash with the resub. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate that. While you're here, what are your thoughts on the Pauper bands, Mix Slash? Lurrus deck, I don't think we can keep this. Like, a Lurrus deck is probably going to have removal for Ignoble Hierarch. What rank was I in Go? At my best, I think I was like 17. And that was like right at the very, very height of my skill. Like, nowadays, I would be, I don't even know, like, above 20. Okay, we can keep this, get rid of a Chord. Much better hand. Happy about Atog, which Ephemerate would have went same. Yeah, they seemed like odd choices at first. I can definitely understand the reasoning. It'll be interesting to see what that does. Like, getting rid of the Prophetic Prism also hurt Affinity as well as Tron and some other decks. Oh, wow. You made it all the way to 1. That's super impressive. Yeah, Mixlash, I'm glad to see the artifact staying as well. I'm a fan of Wildfire. I want to be able to still play that card. Okay, like the Twilight Mire. So we can play Strangleroot Geist as a blocker here. Then play maybe Geralf's Messenger, look to try and Chord into a combo. But once this Dragon Rage Channeler starts flying, that's a problem. Oh, wow. I get to block Dragon Rage Channeler? Oh, but if they have instant, then that's a bad block. I guess it's a bad block regardless if they have instant, huh? No way! We actually got to kill Darcy! Oh, that is cool. Wow. And they just put Lurrus to hand. Okay. See what we get. So I'm thinking probably go get Swamp, play Messenger, attack for 3. Generally, Live, I just avoid splitting, because, like, I'm a content creator. I just want to provide good games. So I would rather play it out in almost every situation. It just means that's one fewer things for me to think about. Alright, so we play land, that's 4, 5, 6. Not enough for Yawgmoth yet. So currently it looks like we're playing a tap land and a young wolf. The Ragavan. Oh, and they're going to hold the Swift Spear back in order to block. Imagine that, holding back Swift Spear. Okay, Hapatra is not a card they can play. It's 2 colors of mana they don't have. So the treasure would give them 1 color, but yeah, they're not able to play Hapatra, which is great. Okay, they are going to play the Lurrus, though, which means they can play Mishra's Bauble. Start drawing some extra cards. Let's see what we get. Eldritch Evolution would be nice. Yawgmoth would be fine. We get Grist. Grist kill Lurrus? Awesome. That's super good. Nice. Okay, they got an empty board. We got a fat board. I guess we could have attacked first. I didn't really... Yeah, we could have. I wasn't like a huge fan of losing my Geist, but I don't think they would have blocked. And then we could have maybe sacrificed the Geralf's Messenger instead of the Young Wolf. Regardless, we're just going to Chord of Calling for Yawgmoth here, unless they can present something that's going to end my combo. Soulscar Mage has an interesting interaction with our Undying creatures. Not something we have to see too often, though. So yeah, we just block the Ragavan, then kill them. Hey, from the crypt, what's good? How you doing? Timitrades, thanks for the follow, friend. Doing just as good as my league? Oh, you must be doing great then. Yeah, because this league is going pretty well. So let's see here. Target, Strangleroot Geist, sacrifice Messenger. I'll be talking to myself a little bit here as I go through the combo so I don't screw it up. Target, Messenger, sacrifice Geist. Target, Geist, sacrifice Messenger. Target Messenger, sacrifice Geist. Target Geist, sacrifice Messenger. Target Messenger, sacrifice Geist. Target Geist, sacrifice Messenger. So yeah, I've done this combo many times, but it's pretty easy to just click the wrong thing at the wrong time. So when I'm comboing out, I like to just vocalize it to try and make sure that I get it 100% of the time. So we'll bring in Scavenging Ooze, we'll bring in all the copies of Endurance, we'll bring in Baloth to gain life. Let's see, we're going to be taking out Messengers, Hapatra, take out at least 1 Grist. Probably go down to 1 Grist, actually, which means I'm going to want the other copy. Not necessarily for Endurance, it's just a really good blocker. The more I think about the new Pauper ban, the more I'm interested. I like it. I definitely need to, play the format though to see where it's at. I think that it was a great first step. Really happy about the ATOG ban. The two artifacts caught me by surprise, but I'm interested to see what comes of it. I think this is good enough to keep. Our opponent is mulliganing. Looks like they're going to stick at 6. Okay. What will they play that disrupts you? Just more targeted removal. Exile, yeah. So they might have access to like Path or something out of the board. Not a great draw. Let's play Blooming Marsh Hierarch. Would have really liked a Yawgmoth here, obviously, so that we could potentially get rid of, block a Ragavan. Oh wow, no play on turn 2 from the opponent. Okay, I guess we'll play Wall of Roots Hierarch. Oh yeah, rest in peace. Good point, Donut. I'm wondering if we should have maybe brought in Outland Liberator. Rest in peace, not exactly great with their deck, though, considering it's a Lurrus Lava Dart deck. If only it was so well programmed, the Wall of Roots. Wall of Roots bugs since, like, ever. Hey, who knows? Who knows? Another company was supposed to be taking over the Modo programming, so maybe they'll put the effort into fixing some of the classic bugs. Mirage. Mirage was one hell of a set. Oh wow, they're gonna Prismatic Ending the Wall of Roots, and then probably Lava Dart the Hierarch. Banana from Reddit, aren't the classic bugs just features? Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a feature. Okay, well, opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. And they've spent just this whole time interacting with me. Unfortunately, we don't exactly have a good recovery here. We're just going to play Blooming Marsh Cutthroat and pass. And they can kill this anytime they want with a Lava Dart. But if they pass the turn back to me, I get to evolve it into a Baloth or into a Yawgmoth. Either way would be pretty good. Okay, Expressive Iteration. Opponent's definitely got an interesting deck here. Okay, Lava Dart, being able to kill the Cutthroat. Lava Darts are pretty good against us. Kind of hoping that comes into play tapped and they don't have any follow-ups. Okay, cool. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so we can turn Ignoble Hierarch into a 3-drop. So we could, like, go get Grist. Or we could go get the zombie messenger. We could go get endurance and take all that stuff out of their graveyard. Kind of like just get endurance here, honestly. And get rid of the double lava dart in their graveyard. Yeah, Grist was a really good option as well. Definitely like the Grist. It was, yeah, for me it was in between Endurance, Grist, and Messenger. Decided to go with Endurance so that we'd be able to put some of our 1-drops down. But yeah, the Grist might have been the proper play. Oh wow, they're attacking? They must have Lightning Bolt. Finis Armilio, thanks for the follow, friend. Good draw. Has protection from humans. But yeah, the other thing about Endurance, like, I guess they didn't have too much in the graveyard that was good with Lurrus. I think they had a Bauble. I don't recall exactly. So we have the Verdant Catacombs here, so we can, at instant speed, go get a Dryad Arbor if we want one. What's your thought behind running only 2 birds? So I want to draw Geralf's Messenger later in the game. So basically I'm cutting out a little bit of air for the mid to late game for more combo pieces. Trading explosiveness for consistency. Whereas Demonic Tutors plays the 4 birds as well as the 4 Ignoble Hierarchs, because he says that like our best turn 1 is to play a dork, and I agree with that. So he's maximizing the opportunity to have that best start. Lightning Bolt me. Do you think they know that Yawgmoth has pro-humans? Damn it! Damn it! I'm going to block this with the Dryad Arbor, if they let me. That's brutal. Alright, let's prevent 5 damage. Yeah, Unholy Heat, what a card. Oh, speaking of what a card. Oh, they don't have any creatures in the yard. We could wait until the Dragon Rage Channeler is forced to attack and then start eating stuff with Scavenging Ooze. And we can also just hold this mana up so that we have access to eat creature from our own graveyard so that we can save Scavenging Ooze from a lightning bolt. Path to Exile, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, but I might want to take away their Delirium. That might be important, considering they have 2 Darcies. Seems like getting rid of Delirium is probably pretty important. They have 5 card types now? Okay. We'll be able to get rid of a couple anyway. Go green, green. Get rid of their Darcy and their Mishra's Bauble. Pretty afeared of what that last card could be. I think we're just going to take the 3 here. I don't want to lose my endurance. Okay, that's a card. Oh, wow, another iteration. That card is so good. Oh, wow, they're putting card on top. That's scary. Probably another, like, what? Unholy Heat? Or maybe Mishra's Bauble? It was a really good one, though. Oh, wow, there's another expressive iteration. Drawing tons of cards. 1 card on top. Oh, hey there, Zazzy. So Yawgmoth is just my favorite deck in the format right now. I love a lot of things that's going on with the deck. I like creature combo decks. I like Golgari decks. I like aristocrat decks. So this really like hit so many checks that I don't know. Like I love a lot of what this deck has going on. Musaverso, thanks for the follow, friend. Yeah, probably should have just blocked a Strangleroot Geist alone. Now they have an opportunity to kill the Endurance and get Delirium. Yeah, you're right. Bad block. This is not how we get a trophy. Worked out so far. I guess if they had an instant, they would have cast it. Oh, they wanted the creature to go to the graveyard so that the Dragon Rage Channelers would get Delirium, and now they kill the Endurance. Okay. I mean, that's going to happen sometimes, Zazzy. You're going to spin your wheels, you're going to draw air. Sometimes you're just not going to get the cards you're looking for. Case in point, a lot of better draws here. Could have drawn Endurance, could have drawn Grist, could have drawn Eldritch Evolution, Yawgmoth. Oh well. But that is one of the reasons why specifically I'm playing more messengers and fewer birds, is because I want to have some good draws later in the game. Because, you know, like drawing bird right now is pretty miserable. So this is iteration number 4. Oh, that was iteration number 6? Oh, wow. That's so much worse. Well, yeah, obviously, in Modern, understanding your deck is going to pay you large dividends, and with this deck in particular, even more so, where you're playing a toolbox deck and you can be searching out any number of cards at any point. It's definitely a lot to think about. Not great. I mean, we got 3 of them. But we could have definitely brought in the 4th, because, yeah, it does seem like Endurance being able to block their Darcies could be important. Got a Nurturing Peatland here to redraw. Hopefully we'll be able to draw out of this flood. Can you explain the combo? So basically you're going to want to get 2 Undying creatures on the board with Yawgmoth. If one of those Undying creatures is Geralf's Messenger, and you have more life than the opponent, you can sacrifice your creatures and use the -1 ability from Yawgmoth to sort of reset the Undying, so that you're just able to sacrifice those 2 creatures over and over and over again and kill the opponent with the Geralf's Messenger trigger. And if you don't have the Messenger or your life total is lower than the opponent, you can use Cutthroat or Blood Artist, and that will allow you to win the game. Yeah, I upload a lot of things to YouTube, actually. A lot, a lot, a lot. Feel free to head on over to my channel and subscribe. Strangleroot Geist is interesting. Kind of want to hold up Endurance, block the Ragavan. Yeah, that's fair, Liv. Boloro, thanks for the follow, friend. Alright, so they know what we're about to draw, but they don't have a land drop. Because it takes a card type out of their graveyard. There's a bop. Zazzy, thanks for the follow. Unfortunate. Alright, so they found their second land. They're going to be able to start playing stuff and things. Really need to draw some gas off the top here. We've got a chance to capitalize on their screw. So I'm really looking for a good spell on top here. That's painful. How many lands does this deck run? Ooh, I think it was 21. Let's check. $22. It's 21 if you're running four birds. Expressive Iteration. Wow, that's a good one. They get so many looks. They even put a card on top. Yeah, there's a Scalding Tarn. Now, at least it's a pretty high price for them to flashback Lava Dart. And I think I'm going to get Dryad Arbor here to block the Ragavan. Let's see if they want to use that Lava Dart on the Dryad Arbor. That would be fine if they want to do that. Oh, I love this. I guess they could have another instant in hand, fetch and get it, but let's pretend maybe they don't. Block here. Block here. Okay, so they do have another instant. Still, we'll be able to kill their Darcy, kill their Ragavan. So this is still fine, but again, like, we need to draw gas. I am flooded. So if they just get to, like, keep Swift Spear and keep on casting Expressive Iteration every turn, we're still going to die here. So need some gas. But I think that worked out pretty well. Okay. Attack for 3. Probably block with Birds of Paradise, maybe. I mean, Fetchland could be good to thin the deck, but it also does us a damage. It doesn't get Dryad Arbor anymore. Yeah, if we still had Dryad Arbor, I would have absolutely put it down. But without the Dryad Arbor, we're going to take this damage. It's only 2. What a draw. I think I'm going to play the Catacombs, let them know I have nothing. We can potentially fetch out a land if we want to. This deck can be very mana hungry. Like, if we draw Yawgmoth here, I might want to do a bunch of stuff. Double red. No. Thinking better of it. Red-blue, probably another iteration. Iteration number 4. Iteration number 4. They find the land, but it comes into play tapped. I think they're going to use Swift Spear as a blocker here. That's pretty good for us. I'm going down to 12. I'm going to take a land out of the deck. Yawgmoth! We win. And they concede. Oh, that's nice. It's been a minute since we got a modern trophy. And to do it with Yawgmoth after an 0-3 league? That is a good feeling, chat. That is awesome. Alright, so this is the Yawgmoth deck that we were piloting today. Got pretty lucky on the second league and managed to trophy. Pretty happy about that for sure. So let's just take a moment here and look at some of the differences between my deck and Demonic Tutor's deck. That's something that I get a lot of questions on, and yeah, we can kind of like point to this as one of the spots where I'm talking about some of the choices that I've made and the reasons I've made those choices. So if we start from the top of the deck here, first thing we would look at is Birds of Paradise. I'm playing only 2 Birds of Paradise, whereas Demonic Tutors is playing 4. This is actually probably the most commonly asked question I get is, why only 2 birds? So basically my reasoning is I want to have less air in the deck and I want to have better draws towards the late game or even mid game, right? So like turn 3, 4, 5, I want to be drawing Geralf's Messenger off the top of my deck so that I can play it and win the game with the combo. When you have Geralf's Messenger and another Undying card, you don't necessarily need Zulaport Cutthroat, so you're cutting one full card out of the combo, and I think that's really valuable. And also, I guess we can talk a little bit more about Geralf's Messenger, because like Bird of Paradise and Geralf's Messenger, the two basically going hand in hand, right? Because like that's the 2 slots for the 2 birds is right there in my 3 messengers. So one of the other things that I find important about Messenger is that if I lose one messenger, then, you know, if I'm only playing one, then it's gone forever, and I can't do anything with my, I can't go get another one. So if my opponent is at 2 life, and I have a Chord of Calling for 3, I want to be able to Geralf's Messenger and kill them with that Chord of Calling, or that Eldritch Evolution, or what have you. So I've definitely appreciated having multiple Geralf's Messengers. I could see myself going down to 2, but I don't think I would ever go down to 1 Geralf's Messenger, just because I want to be able to draw them, and I want to have a second one for backup. The next thing we can look at is Zulaport Cutthroat. So Demonic Tutors plays Blood Artist, which is almost the same card, but there's a couple differences. Zulaport Cutthroat has 1 power, and it only works for our own creatures, and Zulaport Cutthroat doesn't target. So the last point there, Zulaport Cutthroat doesn't target, is the reason I'm playing it. It means that if the opponent has hexproof for whatever reason, we can still combo with the Cutthroat. We can also attack with it. You know, 2 mana 1/1 isn't a great value, but it does turn sideways. I have won games where, because I've been able to deal some damage with my Cutthroat that way. But Blood Artist is definitely the has the better ability if we're not looking at hexproof, because, you know, whenever you're killing your opponent's creatures, you're gaining life, you're dealing them damage, and that's going to allow you to dig deeper. I only actually have room for 3 Wall of Roots right now because I'm playing Hapatra. I'm not a huge fan of being down to 3 Wall of Roots, but again, you know, like, I want to be drawing more gas and less air, so while this card is great in the early game, and, you know, I want to have 4 of them, Hapatra is a card that, you know, you can search for and win the game with. If the opponent is winning with creatures, then Hapatra can just take care of that for you, especially if you have a Cutthroat on board. You can use Hapatra and Yawgmoth to kill all of their creatures. So that, like, Hapatra has won me too many games to ever take it out of the deck. As long as creatures are important in Modern, Hapatra has a place in my Yawgmoth deck. Otherwise, there's not really too much differences going on between my deck and Demonic Tutors. The number of Grists that I run are kind of variable. I like running 3 right now. I have run 2 as well, but I think that I would rather have the 3rd Grist than the 4th Wall of Roots. And yeah, I really like the Scavenging Ooze in the main, which is something that, again, I took from Demonic Tutors. I pay a lot of attention to what he's doing with the deck, and while I do make my own decisions, I think that everything that he says about the deck is worth listening to. And then I think my sideboard is almost exactly like Demonic Tutors, except I'm running a Collector Ouphe, which has been kind of like so-so. I definitely like having the option of this creature that I can search out, which is going to hose artifacts, but generally, like, it's vulnerable to removal, where, you know, like, Stony Silence wouldn't be. So definitely, like, some pros and cons to the Collector Ouphe. I'm not 100% sold on it because of that, but I do definitely like having the option where artifacts are so prevalent right now and so important. I like having the option to have something to search out to just basically turn them off. This loser, what about the 4th wall over the 3rd messenger? I might make that change, actually. I might make that change for the next time I play this deck. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do that now so that I don't forget about it later. And then we can get the 4th Wall of Roots. Yeah, we'll try it like this next time. I think that's a pretty good suggestion.